Book of Heaven. Volume 9. 5th to the 25th of May 1909. Page 3–7. May 5, 1909. Sufferings impress the sanctity of Jesus in the soul. As I was in my usual state, my benign Jesus made himself heard for just a little, telling me with his sweet word, "My daughter, mortifications, miseries, privations, sufferings, crosses, for those who make use of them, serve for nothing but to impress well my sanctity in the soul," as if she kept embellishing herself with all the varieties of the divine colors. Even more, they are nothing other than many fragrances of heaven, with which the soul remains all perfumed. May 8, 1909. One who talks much is empty of God. Continuing in my usual state, my lovable Jesus made himself seen for just a little, and told me, "My daughter, one who talks much shows that he is empty in his interior, while one who is filled with God, finding more taste in his interior, does not want to lose that taste. He hardly speaks and only out of necessity. And even while speaking, he never departs from his interior, and he tries, as much as he can, to impress in others that which he feels within himself." On the other hand, one who talks much is not only empty of God, but with his much talking, he tries to empty others of God. May 16, 1909. The sun is symbol of grace. Continuing in my usual state, blessed Jesus came for just a little and told me, "My daughter, the sun is symbol of grace. When it finds a void, be it even a cave, a vault, a fissure, a hole, as long as there is empty space and a little opening through which to penetrate, it enters and fills everything with light. Nor with this does it diminish its light in the other spaces. And if its light does not illuminate more, it is not because it lacks light, but rather, because of the lack of space in which to be able to diffuse its light more. So is my grace, more than majestic sun, it envelops all creatures with its beneficial influence. However, it does not enter but into empty hearts, as much empty space as it finds, so much light does it let penetrate into the hearts. These voids, then, how are they formed? Humility is the hoe which digs and forms the void. Detachment from everything and also from oneself is the void itself. The window in order to let the grace of light enter into this void, is trust in God and distrust of ourselves. Therefore, as much trust as one has, so much does he enlarge the door in order to let the light in, and to take more grace. The custodian which keeps the light and expands it, is peace. May 20, 1909. Love for God surpasses everything. Continuing in my usual state, he just barely made himself seen in a flash of light, and he told me, "My daughter, there is nothing that can surpass love, neither doctrine nor dignity, and much less nobility. At the most, one who uses those for the good of making speculations around my being can know me more or less, but who reaches the point of making of me his own object? Love. Who reaches the point of eating me as one does with food? Love. One who loves me devours me. One who loves me finds my being identified with each particle of his being. There is as much difference between one who really loves me and the others, whatever their conditions or qualities might be, as between one who knows a precious object, appreciates it, esteems it, but it does not belong to him, and one who possesses that precious object as his own. Who is more fortunate between these, the one who knows it or the one who possesses it? Certainly the one who possesses it. So, love makes up for doctrine and surpasses it. It makes up for dignity and surpasses all dignities, providing one with divine dignity. It makes up for everything and surpasses everything. May 22, 1909. The sweet notes of love. This morning, as I received communion, blessed Jesus did not come, and after waiting for a long time between vigil and sleep, in seeing that time was passing and Jesus was not coming, I wanted to go out of my sleep, but at the same time I wanted to stay, because of the torment I felt in my heart at not having seen him. I felt like a baby who, wanting to sleep and being awakened by force, starts making fusses and cries. However, in my fussing, while striving to wake up, I said within my interior, "What bitter separation! I feel lifeless, yet I live, but life is harder than death." However, may your privation be for love of you. For love of you the bitterness I feel. For love of you my tormented heart. For love of you the life I don't feel, though I live. But so that it may be more acceptable to you, I unite this suffering of mine to the intensity of your love, and with mine, I offer you your own love. But as I was saying this, he moved in my interior and told me, how sweet and delightful to my hearing is the note of love. Say it once more. Repeat it again. Cheer my hearing with these notes of love, so harmonious, which descend deep into my heart and sweeten all of me. Yet, who would believe it? I am ashamed to say it. In my huffiness, I answered, I don't want to say it. You get sweetened, while I get more embittered. My sweet Jesus kept silent, as though being displeased with my answer, and as soon as I woke up, I repeated my notes of love many times. However, he did not let himself be heard or seen for the whole day. May 25, 1909. Jesus confounds the soul with love. Continuing in my usual state, blessed Jesus was not coming. However, for the whole day I felt as if there were someone over me, who would not let me waste 1 minute of time, but would keep me always in continuous prayer. A thought wanted to distract me by saying to me, when the Lord does not come, you pray more, you are more attentive, and by this you yourself give him the field not to come, because the Lord may say, since she behaves better when I do not go, it is better if I deprive her of me. Since I could not waste time in listening to what my thought was saying, in order to shut the door on its face, I said, the more he does not come, the more I will confound him with love. I don't want to give him the occasion, this is what I can do, and this is what I want to do, and he is free to do whatever he wants. And without thinking of the nonsense that my thought had told me, I continued to do what I was supposed to do. In the evening, however, I didn't even remember about this. Blessed Jesus came, and almost smiling at me, he told me, Brava, brava, my lover, who wants to confound me with love. However, I tell you, you will never confound me, and if sometimes it seems that I am confounded with love, it is I who give you the freedom to do it, because the only relief and the thing which I most enjoy from creatures is love. In fact, it was I who solicited you to pray, who prayed with you, who gave you no respite. So, instead of me being confounded, I confounded you with love. And since you felt all filled with love and were confounded by it, in seeing that my love was pouring so much into you, you thought you were confounding me with your love. However, I tell you, as long as you try to love me more, I delight in these mistakes of yours, and I make of them a joke between me and you.